Okay, right. So in this video, you're going to see how to do a file uploader in MVC, as well as a zip archiver. So you're going to basically see how to upload files or images and how to zip them. And so you can open up your Visual Studio and go to File, New Project. And we're going to do a web application, so go to Visual C# Web, and then ASP.NET Web Application, .NET Framework for now, and let's just give it a name. Let's call it say FileWiz, whatever you want to call it. Go OK. And here we can choose from the templates. We can choose MVC, and let's keep everything as the defaults as they are. We're not going to do any authentication for this app, so just click on the MVC and then OK. Okay, great. So let's go and click on the View menu. Then Solution Explorer, and the first place we're going to go to is the controllers folder, going straight into the home controller. Okay, and we're going to create an extra index action result, and we're going to use it. We need one for posting, so it's going to be an HTTP post like that. So just add HTTP post attribute just above this method. So it's basically same as the view one represents a view. This one is public action result index, and we're going to pass it a parameter called HTTP posted file base. Okay, and this is for the actual file uploader. It needs to be of type HTTP posted file base. Okay, and you will see why in a moment. Okay, so what's happening here is we have a if statement. We're going to check if the posted file, which is this parameter passing in, if it is not null. So if the user has in fact chosen a file to upload, then go ahead. So we're declaring a string variable called path, and this is going to store the path to where the folder is, where we're going to upload the file to, which is on your web server. So we use this built-in server.mapPath function, and this will basically server.mapPath. What it does is it checks where the application, where your web application is currently executing, and so it will store that whole folder path to where your application is running. And here we're gonna append uploads to it. So we wanted to have another folder called uploads in the root of your web application. And what's going to happen here, we're going to do another if statement, and we're going to see if this folder called uploads, if this path exists, and if it doesn't exist. So if not, exclamation mark, if it doesn't exist, then create directory, create it for us. And you'll see a squiggly line over here. Just click on the light bulb and select the using system.io. So system.io is a namespace that we need to use here, and what it does is to add it for you here above using system.io. It sits in the input-output namespace. Okay, so the code compiles, nothing, no more squiggly lines, and then next step we do is so we're going to use this parameter that we pass in posted file, and we're going to say .save as. So we're going to save this file that the user has chosen, and we're going to upload it into our server, and we're going to save it to whatever the path is that we got there, the path variable. And here we're going to say path.get file name. Now path, this one with a capital letter, this path is a system.io.path class, and it has a function called get file name, which will return this file name. specific file name for this posted file. Okay, so we're saving it as that file name in that specific path, and we have a viewback.message variable here, and we give it a value file uploaded successfully. Okay, so this is all the server-side code behind that we need. Then the next step is going to be to go to our view. So go into the views folder in Solution Explorer, Home, expand Home, and then go to double click on Index. And we're going to add some code here, client-side code to actually to add our file uploader control onto our page. Okay, so all of this default code we're basically going to delete. So let's delete everything from here. Okay, and then let's just add another div here. Okay, like that. So right here we're gonna add some code, and I'm going to explain to you what this code does. So we're using an HTML form. We create a form here, HTML.begin form. So remember this @ sign whenever you use code in your HTML, server-side code. Okay, so it's HTML.begin form index. Now, parameters values here, as you can see, this first one we give it we refer to the action name inside the controller, and home refers to the actual controller. So if you go into your controller, the action name is here, action result, action is index, and it sits inside the home controller. Hence the reason we have here index and home, index, action result, and the home controller. Okay, the next argument we pass here is form method.post. Signify that it's a post. We're going to post data here, and we're going to say here new egg type equals multipart / form data, just so that MVC knows we're going to send some form data back to the server. Okay, next we have a span tag here with select file. This is just the header. Okay, and then we have an input tag, and the type is file. Okay, and we're going to give it a name called posted file. We're going to refer to that. So it's an input type of file. You see here, posted file. That is exactly what we passed in here to the server. And then we have input type equals submit, a submit button, and we give it a text, a caption of upload. Okay, and then we basically have another span tag here with we give it the color green, viewback.message. And viewback.message, the value is going to be set here in our action result to file uploaded successfully. Okay, so let's save all of that and take it for a spin and see if it actually uploads files for us. Okay, so it's firing up in our browser here. Okay, so there we go. Here you see select file. So let's click on this choose file button. Okay, and it opens up a dialog box where we can browse. So let's see, say we select a photo we want to upload. Okay, here you see it's picked up the name of the file, JPEG file. So now we're gonna click on upload. Let's just first of all put a breakpoint. So let's just go back to the code quickly and put a breakpoint right over here on line 20, so that we can step through and see how it's working in action. So let's click on upload. Okay, it sometimes does this because it's running in the IDE. So just try and refresh this page. Just go back. Okay. Click upload. This is a very annoying error. Let's just go and choose file again. Okay, click on upload. Okay, here we go. It was just a hang up, very typical. So we stop here on this line of code. We have posted file, and our posted file should have a value. Okay, there you can see content type and the file name. So let's click on F11. Okay, now here it sets the path. Okay, you can see the path, and it appends the uploads value to the path. Now it's going to check if that file exists. Okay, it doesn't exist, so it goes and creates it, and then it goes to save, update the view bag. Let's just continue, and there we go. File uploaded successfully, written out in printed out in green. Okay, so great. Let's close it. Stop the application. Now the next thing we want to do, we want to say the user has uploaded several files, and it wants to zip them into nicely into a folder. So let's add another server-side code here. So it's another HTTP post. Okay, action result, and we're going to call it zip, and we're also going to pass it in HTTP posted file base. Okay, so we're passing it in the exact same parameter as with the previous one. We have here the path, and we're going to upload append the uploads again, and then we're going to say archive path. We have another variable called archive_path, and here we append the archive's name to it, so that it creates a archived folder. It checks again if it exists. If it doesn't, then it creates that directory for us. Okay, and here we have what we call a zip file. So in order to be able to create zip files, we need to import a namespace first. So let's go into Solution Explorer, References, right click on References, click on Add References, and you're going to type your system.io.compress. You're going to select this one here, system.io.compression.filesystem. Okay, we're going to go OK. And now if we hover on the zip file, we get a light bulb, and it says you're using system.io.compression. Click on that, and there we go. Just take out the error logging. We're not going to use that for now. Okay, so basically you can say zip_file.create from directory, path, the path where the source is, or the source, and then the destination, basically, the archive path. Okay, so, and what I've done here at the bottom, you see, I just added some date timestamp to make the file name unique. So you can do it several times, and it doesn't override. So it will take the basically to the second. It will be a mostly it will be a unique file name we're creating here. Okay, so this is the only code you need here to actually create the zip file. So let's go ahead and go to the view. On our view, okay, let's just close the references here. So now we go back to our index view, and we're going to create another, just put in a line break here. We're going to create another form. I'm just going to copy it here from one I've already done, and then I'll go through the code line by line. So we have here another HTML form. It's almost the same, exactly the same as the file uploader. Okay. Here we refer to zip as the action, and the home as your controller. Okay. Basically the same. Here we have once again have a input type of submit, and we give it a value of zip, which is the action that it's going to go to. I mean, you just give it a class of CSS for the styling. This is default styling included with your MVC application. Okay, so this is all code you need for to zip the file. So it's basically going to be have a submit button, and let's see if we run that. Basically, just gonna take whatever we uploaded, and it's gonna zip it into a zip archive folder. Okay, it's having a bit of a hiccup here. Let's just stop it and run it again. I might have closed some browser tabs too quickly. Let me just run it, fire it up again. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's go and upload another file. Upload, just so we have a couple of them that we can actually let's just take out the breakpoint. We have a couple of files that we can zip, not just one file, and another one. Okay, file uploaded successfully. Now if we click on zip, let's just put a breakpoint in our code once again, so you can see what's happening. Put a breakpoint right there. Okay, now we click on the zip button we created, and now this is what happens. So it comes in, it creates the file paths, it creates a directory if it doesn't exist yet, and we come in here, zip file, and it goes through successfully. Okay, so now let's go and have a look. Let's go into our solution, and let's right click on the project level. Okay, and select the open folder in File Explorer. Now it should take us to the folder location where our solution is created on the hard drive. And if this was published or deployed onto a web server, it would create these folders in the root of your web application. Okay, so here you will see you have a uploads folder, okay, and here some files that we uploaded, and we have an archive folder that is created for us with a zip. Okay, and there we go. There's the zip that is created, zip archive, and there are two photos. Okay, awesome. If we go back here, let's say we upload another file. upload, and let's zip it up again. It's going to have a look at what happened. Okay, there's now three images, and here's another zip file created with 3 items. And that's it. That's just basically as easy as that. Creating a file uploader and how to zip the files with the system.io.compression.zip file namespace.